Hi guys! A little bit crazy of a tutorial today, as you can see. I really felt like doing a dramatic look, and I have been scouring the internet lately for pictures and ideas and just things I want to do, because otherwise I end up looking at makeup and being like, what? I'm gonna do a brown smoky eye or a green smoky eye, and they all kind of seem the same. So sometimes you just need to get out of your comfort zone. So I can't remember where I found this look. A better YouTuber would probably have that information, so sorry about that. It was probably Pinterest because I find them to be the best, but it could have just been a random Google search. I don't know. Anyway, I saw it and it was orange and purple and it had the very straight lines here. I'm not sure how exact my replication of it is because I didn't keep the picture, but it was something along these lines. So if this is a look that you would wear, or if you just want to try it out for fun, then keep watching and we will do it together. And if it's a little bit more than you were interested in, then just skip this video and I promise the next one will be a little bit more normal. Okay, thanks guys. Bye. So I'm just gonna get started. For foundation, I'm going to use my L'Oreal True Match Lumi. The color is N1-2. And then I'm gonna do brows next with my Anastasia Brow Wiz because I want them to be a little bit more defined. Now, the look I'm going for is not necessarily a wearable look, so if the brows seem overly dramatic, it's because they are. Fairly heavy-handed brows. And then I'm going to move, I think, right into the color. To start with, I'm going to take a L'Oreal High Intensity Pigment in this rather bright orange shade here on a Sigma Shader Crease E46 brush. Just looks like that. I'm going to apply that straight up from the tear duct and across the whole lid. Now, ideally I would have had some sort of cream primer under here, but I do not own the right shade, which means I definitely get to buy more makeup. It's a good day. Anyway, I'm not really requiring this to last, and I'm not sure if it's going to work out, so I'm not too concerned about having it the perfect product for it. So just all over, something like that. Over top of that, I'm going to take a loose, sparkly orange shadow. This one is Elise Wattier. The color is Folie d'Orange, or d'Orange if you're going for a more English version of that. So because it's loose, we're just going to pat it over, and then we'll blend it out after. It'll just give the extra added dimension, and a little bit of gold sparkle, which is pretty. Then we're going to take a purple liner. This one is Prunella from MAC. Just going to take that a little ways underneath the brow bone. And I'll go over that with a small Sigma Tight Line Liner E16 brush. It's just a little flat topped brush that I think will smudge well. Following the brow line and dipping down a little bit to leave a little bit of room. I'm also going to take this purple eyeliner as eyeliner. Just creating the smallest flick, or relatively. And I'm just going to take this purple underneath the middle point of the eye, quite low down. And I'm going to smudge that to drag it out to sort of echo the above line. Drag it in a little bit. So you end up with something sort of like that. Over top of everywhere that purple liner is, we need to add a purple eyeshadow. I'm just trying to decide what color. Can you tell this isn't exactly planned? If you're ever making a decision like this, you can apply the product to your hand. So like I've just applied the liner and blended it. and then take the eyeshadows you're thinking of. And so you end up with something like that. I think the middle one's the prettiest, and that was Urban Decay's Frigid. So just on the same brush, you're using the smudging one. Pat that shadow over everywhere that liner is. The shadow is a little bit blue. So if you were going for a true purple, you might not want to go with this one, but I think it's beautiful with orange. And just blend that right into the brow. And now, this is very cool, but you might have lost sight of your eyes, and that won't do. So what we need is a black liner. I've got my favorite Makeup Forever one. We're just going to take that on the waterline, and then I'm just taking my brush I used to apply the orange. I'm going to blend very slightly the winged out part of the liner, just to sort of create that cat eye shape here. Get a little color blend. It's a pretty subtle difference. You probably can't tell on camera, but anyway, it just gives it a little bit of dimension. Okay, I'm going to apply a highlight shade. I'm just going to use the gold one that came with the orange high intensity pigment thing. And I'm just going to use the same brush I used for the orange, but the other side. So I'm going to apply this just in between the purple and the eyebrow, and also to the center of the lid. Now again, that's a very subtle change, but it does matter to the overall shape that your eye gets. Just between two spots of liner. We can curl lashes. And go nuts with the mascara. I'm going to take the Clinique one. Ow. It's odd, I really can't remember the last time I stabbed myself in the eye with mascara. I mean, I can now because it just happened, but prior to that. Let's head back to the skin. We've got a MAC Studio Finish Concealer. We're just going to hide any blemishes, like this awesome one I have on my chin. I'm just going to white out my lips that way too. I'm going to need a contour because this isn't exactly a look that you want to be subtle about. I'm just going to use the Physicians Formula one because it's handy, but any brown shade or whatever you use to contour, Real Techniques contouring brush. And we'll just take that down the back of the cheekbone, blend it through. Just very carefully down the nose. Because we have that straight line here, it just seems sensible to continue it. Temples. We will then need a highlighter. I'm going to take a Too Faced highlighter in Candlelight Glow. It's sort of a pinky gold. Just on the tops of the cheekbone, cupid's bow, down straight through the nose, up into the forehead. A small amount of color for this cheek, so I'm just going to take a MAC blush in Dolly Mix. It's a very pink on a Sephora blush brush. Just putting on the apples. And because I don't want to put any more on, I'm actually going to use the contouring brush to blend that. I'm going to powder now. I'm just going to use the Sleek Luminous one. And then a Sephora angled blush brush to blend that through. This look is dramatic enough that I would totally add lashes, but my own lashes are kind of doing well today, so maybe I'll just leave it like that. Okay, we should get a lip color going, but I actually want to keep it fairly nude. I'm just going to take the concealer color out of my Pam Concealer Lip Cheek palette. Just make sure those lips are really good and muted out. Then I will take my Standby cappuccino pencil and just very softly line these. And then I think we are done. You may have noticed I skipped under eye concealer. If you're doing this dark under the eye, dark circles are really not much of a concern. If they do bother you, then by all means you could go in and do that step, but I don't think I'm going to notice it today. And then that'll be our finished look. I will see you next time. Bye.